Okay, we're live, and you guys have no idea the experience that we just went through. It was technology, and then things were falling, and like we have this small space to work in, and I'm climbing under desk and over cords and everything. Too bad we didn't have a camera on for all that. So, anyways, if you don't know who Courtney is, she's awesome. She is a realtor. She lives right here in Sandpoint. Introduce yourself a little bit.
Sure. I'm Courtney Levitt, and I'm on Elite Realty Partners.
And real quick, I know I look taller than Courtney is, but I'm not. Supposedly her chair doesn't come up anymore, but anyways.
He wanted me to be equal, but I said, hey, you can actually be taller for once. So.
All right, go back to introducing yourself.
So I've been on Ben's team now going on, I believe, around 7 or 8 months, I believe. And it's just been a great experience. I have 4 boys. My husband works in law enforcement, and just happy to be here.
Yeah. So if you're looking for an agent to buy or sell, Courtney is awesome. Really she pays attention to detail, does a great job taking care of her clients. And today we are going to talk about Ponderay. There is a lot of big, exciting things going on, and something actually I didn't even know that was going on until Courtney and I got a listing over in Ponderay, some condos. There was 7 of them. We sold one, so we're down to 6. And we learned about a waterfront park that the city is putting in motion to have part of their community. And then on top of that, you have Field of Dreams, which is a multi-sport facility that's really geared to the soccer community, and that is going to be great for the community. So we figured, let's jump on a video. Let's talk about these 2 amazing developments that are underway and going to be underway. That's really just going to enhance and make Ponderay more attractive. We're going to wait a couple more minutes, see if we can get some people to jump on live. If you have questions, just go ahead and type your questions into the field. We'll see them pop up, and we'll do our best to answer them. So let's just maybe wait another minute, see if anyone jumps on. You have kids, and one reason why Courtney's on this is because she has kids that play sports. Mine are, as you guys know, they're a little bit younger. So what's going on in the sports world for the youth?
So it's really exciting. Just a little bit about my background is that I played multi-sports growing up, played in college for softball, have 4 boys. So that's kind of what we've been. All my kids are in many sports. I have 2 at home now. 2 have flown the nest, but my going to be senior is a big time soccer player here at Sandpoint High School. And we've been lucky enough for him to play varsity since sophomore year. And unfortunately, my next son, who's going to be in 8th grade, he does not play soccer, but this Field of Dreams is something super exciting for our community and for the soccer community. And we just can't wait for all of
everything to get done and put into place, right?
Yeah, just another place where these kids can go and get their energy out and be with their friends and have a top-notch facility, which is really exciting here in Sandpoint.
Yeah, definitely. So we've had a couple people pop on, pop off. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's talk about Field of Dreams since you're already kind of talking about it. I know there's a long history. I think a local that you were just talking to gave us a little bit of insight on Field of Dreams. You want to expand on that?
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys all know this, but Field of Dreams has been in the works for 30 years. And that's pretty crazy that it's taken this long to get from A to Z. And I guess we're still in we just finished phase 1. So there's going to be 3 phases. And
phase 1, that was the soccer fields. And hold on, Sean's calling me. Maybe he was jumping on. Maybe we can't be heard on. You take it away.
All right. Well, phase 1 is 4 different soccer fields that they finished. In the middle of the soccer field is going to be the concession stand and restrooms, state of the art turf fields, and they're
Almost, I'm
just
talking about that.
gorgeous. If you're in the area, I really suggest you drive over there. There is still some road maintenance, but as soon as I drove up to see it, I was just like, whoa, this is awesome.
Yeah, it is. And you sent a video from today to me, and it looks fantastic. And sorry, Sean, I didn't know if Sean was calling us to tell us something was wrong, which is not, it was something business related. But soccer, that was phase one. They got the soccer fields ready to go. And it makes sense because I know for 30 years that's been the push is for the soccer team. And if you guys are not aware, like soccer up here, they take it way too seriously, like legit. The practices and everything, the parents, the kids, like it's a thing up here. Soccer
It's only too serious for the people who don't play.
My kids specifically don't do soccer because it's intense, but it's good. It's good for the kids, and there's a lot of good parents that are involved, and it makes sense that the soccer fields are one of the first things to go in because, again, our community loves soccer up here. Travel is huge. In fact, there was a gala last week that they put on the Sandpoint Soccer Association to help get some more goals and some equipment over there. And Elite Realty Partners, we bought a table and had a lot of fun. It was warm. It was a little hot. It was kind of like hot yoga. It was out in Dover in the barn, and there was a lot of sweating going on, but it was still fun. A lot of good people. It was a good cause. I hope that they got a lot of money to help get enough gear for our youth. So anyways, phase one, soccer. It's here.
Yeah, so Soccer's Association is going to, or Sandpoint Soccer Association is going to be kind of running the show over there. And that's going to be the Strikers organization, which is their club team, and then the youth soccer as well. And this is just going to open up a lot of different opportunities for more tournaments. Lake Ponderay is one of the biggest tournaments in the area, and people come from all over to be able to showcase their talents at that cup. And it's normally played at Traverse Park, and Traverse Park is in need of some field work.
Good way to put it. and so, they are actually getting a makeover. Not so much the fields, they're doing some to the fields, but it's mainly, we won't get off topic here, but they're adding a big pickleball court indoors, going to be accessible year round. So Traverse is getting a little bit of a makeover. But
they are getting an uplift, or facelift, but with the Lake Ponderay Cup, or the Ponderay Cup, is lots of teams come out, and it will just be a great space for the older kids to come over there and play, and parents will be able to have space to park. They'll have space for their chairs to be spectators, and it creates a lot of more people coming into North Idaho and Sandpoint. Specifically, even though it's Ponderay, they're going to be coming through Sandpoint and Ponderay for the tournaments, and just having that extra space is going to be amazing. On top of that, it's going to be the state-of-the-art turf field, and how they are making it. I don't remember the exact.
Before we go into the turf, because it is cool.
Yeah.
By having Field of Dreams now, I think they're going to start getting a different, older group over onto Field of Dreams, and that's going to open up more fields at Traverse, and they're going to be better organized, and then that also helps with alleviate some traffic in downtown. Is that right?
Oh, totally. And other opportunities for more travel teams as well. And the cool thing is, when this is going to be, the goal is to have some state tournaments here. So 2 years ago, Sandpoint High School boys and girls made the state tournament, and we had it at the Real Life Stadium, soccer fields in Post Falls. Gorgeous stadium. And now we might have the chance to have and host big tournaments like that here. And that's really exciting to be able to host that here in North Idaho and offer that here in Sandpoint.
That way we don't always have to travel.
That's right.
Okay, let's talk about the turf, because you started bringing that up. I kind of got you reeled in back to talking about all that. So what about the turf? I know
Sure.
That's a big deal.
Sure. I'm only speaking from experience, from word of mouth, really, because my son plays, and I have talked to the the girls high school varsity soccer coach, Alan Brinkmeyer. And the type of turf matters. And a lot of these teams that are the older age group teams, they go to play tournaments and they're playing on turf. So for them to transfer away from Traverse Park or Centennial Park, that is just grass. And also a little uneven.
You're being kind.
They aren't high school level fields. And so for them to be able to practice on the Field of Dreams and having this awesome turf, this type of turf has, if I'm going to quote it or say it correctly, it has a lot of the rubber underneath. It's not cork based, it's rubber based. And so apparently that means that it's really good at simulating the grass. And so it's really a great opportunity for these teams to practice play on these types of fields to go into next tournaments and not be held back because of the surface that they're playing on.
It's probably better too when they're sliding, not tearing up their legs or arms or anything. And I know you were big in sports growing up, and I played some baseball, some football, and turf was not really a thing when we were growing up. Have you ever played sports on turf? Do you know the difference?
I have. So turf actually creates a faster.
I know that. Yeah.
Well, your speed of the ball.
Yes.
So,
right.
With Memorial Field, which we're super grateful that we have that in Sandpoint as well.
Beautiful.
The football team pretty much takes over that, and when there's free space, then the other teams get to play on it, and they are kind of fighting for space, the girls and the boys soccer teams. And then in the spring, it's going to be baseball and lacrosse and softball are going to be fighting over Memorial Field. So this is a really great opportunity to have more space for the teams to practice and to spread out. Also, the plan is that they will have plows so that they can plow during the winter.
I was going to ask you about that, if they planned on doing anything in the wintertime, because we get 5-6 months of winter up here, and that's such a great facility. Hey, my kids don't play soccer. Like, I'm not going to I'll laugh at you when you're out there.
Hey, I bought a little buddy fire.
Oh, there you go.
And
you need a little tent so
I
you can
do.
radiate.
I put in the bleachers, you put a blanket over it, and you're just nice and cozy, but you're not supposed to do that because of fire, but you just have to really,
don't go to sleep and catch your feet on fire.
Yeah. You have to be a little quick on your feet to figure out how to stay warm. But the great opportunity is that sometimes we have mild winters, but we still get snow. And so when there's snow on turf, kind of makes it hard for you to play sports.
Yeah,
so
I can imagine slippery.
Yeah, so they're planning on having a plow there to be able to this type of turf is easily plowed off, and we'll be able to maintain a really great surface for all year round.
Yeah. Okay, so that's phase one. That is happening. Well, it's done. People are using, I think a week and a half ago, they actually had their first scrimmage or practice. I don't know what term that they use, but
so the high school girls soccer team is playing their full-time every practice. They're starting their full-time. They are loving it and super excited about it.
Well, and a senior, right? And her opinion is a little bit skewed because this is her senior year. She wants to get full advantage of it. But right. I mean, what did she have to say when you talked to her about it?
I mean, she's super excited. She dives a lot in practice and games, and she's super aggressive. And so she's been practicing there, and she's saying, I'm not getting the burn because turf will burn.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm not getting scratched and burned. And it's you are smooth when you're diving. And the way that you're running on it is just simulates grass more than Memorial Field. So that's good things. That's really good things.
Positive.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So phase one is done. Phase two, they already started. Do you know what's going on? I know a little bit about phase two. Do you know anything what's going on with phase two?
So phase two looks like they're going to be creating an ice rink. Yes. And I don't have the time frame on that. I was looking for it, and I
thought they said
winter.
I think it's winter this year. They have the ice rink ready.
Yeah.
It's how can we be this far, almost into Canada and not have an ice rink?
I know.
Never had one.
Super exciting, actually, and we can be like Coeur d'Alene and Spokane, so it's really exciting.
But better.
We are better. We are better, aren't we? I feel
See,
better.
when they get the ice rink going, we'll have to do a video out there. Like, I'm a horrible skater. I did a little skating when I was younger, and I was okay. Like, I wouldn't fall down, but like being almost 40 and overweight now, like it's going to be comical. I would do that for you guys. Like, we'll go out there, more showcase.
We just definitely need like the granny,
Yes.
the granny holder.
Well, you
What's
see
it
them in
called?
Coeur
The
d'Alene.
walker?
Yeah,
we
they
need
make
the
it out of
walker.
PVC. Like, yes, I'll need that.
Yeah. Same.
So,
Same,
good,
same.
good.
So, and then it looks like that they're planning on a few baseball fields, batting cages, and which I think the batting cages is awesome.
Yeah.
And then a trail all around. So it's going to be gorgeous. It already is so gorgeous.
It is.
It's so pretty. You can see
It fills up
Schweitzer.
great.
You can see all the mountains. It's open field. So
I wish I was
It's
smart enough to
really
figure out
good.
how to pull up that video that you sent me, because I guess I didn't realize like how great of a view that you get up here. And that's what's great about a lot of our parks. War Memorial Field, right there on the
water.
lake. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you can't really beat that field.
No.
So I don't even want to talk about that, because I take video of it when I'm watching my kids play football and baseball, and I'm just like, this isn't really where we live. Like, we live here.
Yeah.
This is so
Our kids get to practice here.
pretty. Like, yeah, soccer. My oldest gets to play, or Luke gets to play on the soccer field, and it's just, you can't really beat it. You can't really beat it.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's going to be multi sports out there, like we've talked about. You have the ice rink. Obviously, that's a winter thing.
Mm-hmm.
Weren't they talking about doing a splash pad or something in the summertime with the ice rink? I think
I don't know.
I mean,
didn't
why
see
not? Or have something there in its place during
I think that's a great
off-season.
idea. Yeah.
If not, if you guys are listening, Ponderay, let's do it. So this is going to be great for Ponderay. We're getting this a huge, awesome amenity. And what does this mean? I mean, we're real estate, right? So what does this mean for property values? And everyone says it: location, location, location. So what does this mean having Field of Dreams right next to North 40? It's just north of North 40. I have my opinion. What do you think?
I mean, we have 6 condos to sell, and I think they're just going to be amazing because you're so close.
I mean, you were talking about it. You get people that are going to come from Spokane and maybe further away because we have this awesome field now. And then once you're here, you have Schweitzer Mountain Resorts, and that's I mean, you can see it from the fields. So if you're somebody that likes to travel and you're going to come here a lot, yeah, I mean, those condos that we're talking about and some other good real estate, it just really enhances the property values. It becomes more desirable. There's more to do. You don't have to drive all the way into Sandpoint and through downtown to get to the fields.
So the next spot for a facility like this is Real Life in Post Falls. So Post Falls is about 50 minutes to an hour,
depending where you are in Sandpoint.
Yeah, depending where you are, it's going to be 50 minutes to an hour, and a lot of our club teams are playing down there because that's where the facilities are. So
now they can come to us.
This is now going to start bringing more people towards north side, and that's really exciting because a lot of the athletes here feel limited because we don't want to drive an hour, or we have other kids and we can't drive an hour for our kids to go to practice. So I think this is going to give just a lot more teams an advantage of using more fields.
Leveling the playing field.
And and I think that it's just going to be a state-of-the-art facility, and really you're not going to get this there's not many more fields that are going to look like this within a 6-hour radius.
Yeah, not even close.
Yeah.
And this is huge. Like, if you're looking to move to the area and you have kids that are playing soccer, playing baseball, this is something to be aware of. Like, now you have this amazing complex out of downtown. You can live in Upper Pack area, Sally Valley, out towards Hope, and it's a lot easier to get to this facility now than if you were to go across the Long Bridge. There was an accident because we got to get to Post Falls, and we're delayed an hour because of the accident. So this is huge. This is huge for everyone that lives.
Even Priest River. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. This is huge. I think this is going to really help Bonners Ferry. Yeah, and that's even further to the other facility. Yeah, this is going to be huge for that community and property values. And I I can't see a negative.
I can't either.
Okay.
It just adds to the beauty of Sandpoint.
Yeah, and to the youth. Like it's all about the youth. And they have let's face it, in the wintertime, if you don't ski, if you don't like winter activities, you're limited here. We're starting to solve that. And when I say we, I mean like the community, as far as adding more amenities. We talked about the pickleball court over at Travers. We have this field. So we're getting a little bit more for the youth to stay engaged
And get
not
outside.
just be pigeonholed to go to Schweitzer,
Mhm.
because that can get expensive.
Yeah,
to be honest.
exactly. It is expensive.
So that's Field of Dreams. Super excited about it. And there's another, this is the project.
Wait. Sorry. Be on the lookout for the grand opening for Field of Dreams, because I was trying to find it and I couldn't pin down the date, but it is coming up within the next week or so. We're going to have a grand opening for the phase 1. So be on the lookout.
We have to go over there and do a couple shorts.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next big development that happens to be in Ponderay too, and we actually both didn't know this until we took those listings over on Carnelian, which is in Ponderay. It's right next to the Hoodoo and everything. But the city has been in the works, it sounds like, for a while to get a waterfront park very similar to City Beach. If you're at all familiar with North Idaho and Sandpoint, you've probably been to City Beach. It is phenomenal. I've had friends that live in Coeur d'Alene, and that's beautiful in its own right. They come up here and they go to City Beach for the first time and like, this is the best park in North Idaho. So Ponderay, in wanting to grow from a little city to a bigger city with cool amenities, they want to add a waterfront park similar to City Beach. And, this is another thing that's been in the works for a while. I know that they want to add some shopping and some trails, and they want to have some docks with some boat slips and just make it more of a destination, which is great because let's face it, City Beach is getting a little crowded. If we have another option, it should help alleviate some of that crowdedness. So I don't know.
I should say crowded for North Idaho.
Yes. up here, there's 5 people at the beach. We're like, I need my space. Give it to me.
But to that point is that I love that Ponderay is thinking about doing this because Ponderay residents don't want to always go to City Beach because it is a little bit more crowded during the summer, especially, and that's when you go to City Beach. So for the Ponderay city to have their own waterfront area, I think it'd just be amazing for the residents to have an alleviation of the busy, but also super close to home. They can ride their bikes. And then the coolest thing is if they're going to build that Bay Trail all the way across,
I know.
Then that's the plan, is they just hop onto the Bay Trail and head down to City Beach. And I just think
connected.
The youth are going to love it. The adults are going to love it. I just think everybody who has a bike, walks, or dogs, I think it's just going to be such a great place along the water.
North Idaho, and specifically Sandpoint, already has like an amazing score. If you were to put a score from 1 to 10 on like outdoor activities and how awesome it is, it's already like a 9 point or 12. You're being more ambitious than I am, but you're right. Like it's already a 12, and now we're adding these 2 factors in it, and specifically this waterfront park where City Beach and this new one can be connected through a trail. It's like, done with City Beach, let's go to Ponderay. Like that's freaking awesome. How cool is that?
For people who don't own waterfront properties, this is super amazing for them to be able to have a place to go, have fun, be safe, and connect to Sandpoint. And I think it's just going to be awesome.
Yeah, when you can go to a park and you have an area to have a picnic with your family, probably going to be able to fish from there. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. A beach to swim around and everything, and just probably open it up, like probably not right away, but probably host activities down there, and expand it, and maybe start having some amenities like maybe tennis courts or pickleball, because everybody loves pickleball. I need to get into pickleball.
You got to.
I know.
We got to try it. You got to come. We got to
Christian.
Do a team.
I'll do it. Like Christian, he's going to be in a tournament when I go to.
No way.
Yeah. He's
in Coeur d'Alene?
In Coeur d'Alene. I'm going to Nashville the weekend that he's doing it, and I need to. He probably doesn't want to play with me.
Christian, where are you at? Where's the invite? I need to go play with you.
I
We
want to
need
play
to
with
do
them
it.
first.
Probably.
So, anyways, like there's a huge development going down there that's going to be great for our community. And again, if you talk about the real estate side of it, that I think is actually going to be more impactful for property values and everything. And I know that I keep going back to it, but how can I not? Like, we have 6 condos that are right between these 2 developments. Like, it's one of those things where they're listed for about, we'll just call it 350 right now. I think they're 355. So 355, and I'm like, oh, that's a lot. I mean, it's 800 square feet, but it's brand new. That's a lot of money. But it's going to be one of those things where in 2 to 3 years, it could be 500,000. And it's just like, I wish I would have bought back then. There was a development in downtown Sandpoint right next to the courthouse on Lake Street, not Lake Street, Lakeview, Lake Street. New condos, and they were at the time going for 360. I want to say they were maybe a little bit bigger, maybe 950 square feet. Nice. They had a view of Sand Creek, and this was back in 2019, I think. And I just thought at that time, that amount of money, that's great. But then my buyer who bought at that time, they sold in 2022, I think, and it doubled. Like, these condos have the same potential, and a lot of properties have this potential, especially when Field of Dreams completes and when the Waterfront Park gets completed. They haven't started on it, so that's still down the road. So you're definitely buying for what's going to happen in the future. So I just want to throw that out there. It's not like the park has started and next year it's going to be done. So I do want to be transparent and talk and let you guys know that.
So they are in the process of getting a grant for the street. So the street is proposed to, how they put it to me is they are going to create a street, and then they're going to basically have a tunnel underneath the railroad tracks so that there's no railroad track crossing, and it's super safe. And I think that's really cool because having kids, and this town is a walking town, and having a lot of the youth are on their bikes or walking, they can hop on their bike with their friend, and I don't have to worry about my child crossing the railroad tracks. And that is huge to me. And just really an exciting feature.
So I'm going to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Do you know where the water park is going in? Like, do you know where it's being proposed?
The waterfront park?
Yeah. Yes, waterfront, not a water park. There's not slides. There's not anything like Silverwood out there. Waterfront park.
Waterfront park. So it's going to be similar to the city beach that we have here, where it's just going to be a place where they can hang out.
But do you know where they're proposing?
So, yeah, they said that it was the street north of Carnelian.
Yep. So, or again, I'm not smart enough to figure out how to do this yet, to pull up a different screen and show you guys. But basically, if you go to Highway 2 and you have, or Highway 200 rather, and you go next to the Hoot Owl, if you go just south of that, there's Carnelian. And if you go to the lake, it's right there. Right, you go to, and that's part of the problem.
The best description.
Actually, it was horrible. It was a horrible description.
Right there.
I'm proud of
myself. Just look right there.
I'm not proud of myself in that description. But one of the big problems the obstacles that they have to overcome is the railroad tracks.
Right.
You have the BNSF, or I can spit out all kinds of acronyms right now. I think it's the BNSF.
BNSF.
Sure,
Go
with that.
I think so.
But it's a track, and it's fairly busy, and trying to figure out how to go. I think they want to go under the tracks.
Right.
I think that makes the most sense. So trying to figure out how to do that. So the railroad is definitely in this decision making, because if you know anything about the railroad company, they own not just the tracks but the land outside of it, and they do not like giving up their land. They're very strict on usage and everything, so they're going to be involved. They have to be involved, and I think once they get past that, that's a huge obstacle. And then the funding will come. It always comes. So
so that's all in the proposal. Who knows how long that's going to really take, but they need your voices. I believe that's what's going to help them move forward. If people are going to want it and push
Yeah.
for it, then I think that they will be on top of their game and get it done for us.
Yeah, I would reach out to the city of Ponderay and, see what you can do. I guess we could have done that little research to help you guys along, but you can call the city. You can see what you can do.
They're super nice there. They're super helpful, and they'll give you all of the answers that you're looking for if they have them. But I do know they're going through the grants system right now to get funding.
Yep.
So that's hopeful.
So that's kind of the two big developments that's happening specifically in Ponderay. I think it's going to be huge if you're looking to buy real estate. I think for a long-term hold is going to be the move, just because we don't know the exact date when the Waterfront park is going to be implemented. But even if that's 5 years from now, you buy now and then that thing gets implemented, equity, like instant. It's going to be awesome. So I will encourage anyone that's looking to buy in North Idaho, if they're looking at south of the bridge, which is Sagal, or north of the bridge. I'm already partial to the north of the bridge anyways, but this just kind of really helps. And, especially if they have kids, like if they don't plan on going to Coeur d'Alene, like why go to the south of the bridge? Unless you want to be waterfront and you want to be on the river, well, yeah, then go to Sagal. But
you want to be waterfront.
If you just want to be waterfront. But
we love waterfront.
Love it. I got one I need to sell.
Oh, you do.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, you guys really look into, there's a couple new developments getting close to both of these developments. The closer you are, the better. So that's just my advice. Try and get in now. It's going to be one of those things, especially, we'll leave a link down below to the Carnelian condos. That way, if you want to look at them, or somebody that already likes Sandpoint, they ski, maybe they're going to travel and do some soccer tournaments or whatever, it would be a great opportunity for them. Or if you just know somebody that wants to invest, these condos are going to be great, because it's going to play not just to the winter of activities of Schweitzer, but it's also going to play to our summer activities. So I think you're going to get that year round. Whoa, our camera's freaking out.
Moving too much.
It's going to play well all season, where it kind of like the seasons, it plays year round really well to both activities, where Schweitzer, I think, plays only well to the winter activities. You get some other STR, short-term rentals. You get further away from the amenities, so you're more rural. Those really only play well to the summer. So this is something that's going to play really well to all seasons. So anyways, this video is mainly about these developments, but we had to pitch our condos in there a little bit. So anyways, want to thank everyone that was jumping on and off. You're going to see Courtney more on these videos. So thanks for coming on and sharing. Like you made this happen.
Yeah. Well, if you have any more questions, reach out to us. We'd love to answer them for you.
All right, guys. Take care.